Hey guys, welcome to David vs. Film. I am David, yo soy David, and tonight I am watching a compilation of Would I Lie to You featuring Bob Mortimer, Part 1. A big hey, hi, and hello to all of you, but to returning viewers and especially returning subscribers, what's up? I'm incredibly excited about watching this with you guys tonight, I'm not gonna lie. Or would I? You have recommended this show so much over on my Graham Norton reactions that I had to give it a look. Now, I'll tell you, unlike Graham Norton, where I was familiar with what that program was, I am coming in completely blind to Would I Lie to You. All I know, because you guys have been so good about not having spoilers, all I know is that it's some sort of program where there are panels, and obviously people are either telling the truth or they're not, and you have to kind of figure out if they are, or maybe the other side figures out if they are. That's about all I know about it. But I know that most of you have been emphatic that I need to watch Bob Mortimer. Now, also, I'm gonna not lie and tell you I do not know who Bob Mortimer is. I'm not sure if he's a comedian, an actor, both. I assume, given the nature of most British shows like this, he is something in the comedy field. So I feel pretty confident assuming that. But anyway, we can jump right in. Before we do quickly though, if you'd like to see other shows and movies I react to, the full unedited version of those, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the stuff I leave out before it hits YouTube, including the early access to these videos, you can find that over on my Patreon, patreon.com/DaveVersusFilm. We've got Discord benefits over there, poll voting and more, so check that out if you would like. I always appreciate you watching here on YouTube though. Just please like, share, and subscribe if you find value in this video. And as always, leave the amazing comments like you do, because they're absolutely my favorite part. Now, without further ado, let us jump on into part 1 of Bob Mortimer on Would I Lie to You?
Let's all gather around the fireside and you can tell us tales of your youth.
I once set fire to my house with a box of fireworks.
Is that Bob Mortimer?
Standard fireworks. That was the brand.
Standard brand. That sounds exciting. For a bonfire night, you will forget.
That guy's pretty clever too, whoever that is.
7 or 8 years old.
I'm
Pretty
seven
quick.
and I'm on my own, yeah. I lit the sparkler. The sparks went into the box of fireworks, a standard box. And I threw them into the kitchen.
The kitchen of all the rooms is the most suitable for fireworks, isn't it? No need to go beyond the kitchen to the outdoors.
Yeah. Mum said don't go out.
So he follows some rules then.
How much of the house did the inferno claim?
It's gone. And now, don't you feel stupid for saying standard fireworks?
Yeah.
I tell you,
really.
well,
I think you were stupid.
If you don't know what you dropped in the living room, is there a chance that it's just a coincidence?
that's what I said to the press.
Your fault.
It's the press.
Press? What press? Who did you speak to?
Ron Waffle. It was either him, the other ace reporter on the Gazette was John Caramel. It was one of them two.
Caramel and waffle. I think it's true.
So you're going to go for true?
Yeah.
OK, Bob, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
No way! Get the hell out of here. Okay, so let me just stop here and say a couple of just first thoughts. So I'm gathering that this is a obviously panel show where you have the two sides and there's a moderator or host who looks familiar from Graham Norton, but I can't place him by name. I think you guys have told me. I apologize if I forgot. But yeah, I love this format. It's interesting because on one hand, you know, you kind of think, well, with more details, it's almost making it sound like a lie. For me, caramel, I'm kind of like the other guy, waffles. You know, this sounds like too many details. He kind of lost it in the end, but no, that could be the strategy, right? You put a lot more information in there, thinking it sounds like a lie, and it throws them off the track. Because I'm guessing this is a point system or something. But anyway, first initial thoughts, loving it, digging it. We'll go from here and see what comes next.
The police once ordered me to leave town, unspecified, because I was frightening the locals.
Could you give us some context?
17, 18, that kind of age.
A numerical age, that kind. Rather than iron or bronze.
He's pretty clever. That guy's funny.
So what was it that you did that put their noses out of joint?
Just before you answer it, have a minute.
There was 3 of us. There's me mate Harry Harriman and Steve.
Steveman.
Steve's doing it again. Harry Harriman. That
Steve,
sounds
by
like
the way.
a fake name. Steve, by the way.
Harry Harriman's mum she sold these stuff from home, and she sold another thing which was called a jobble top, yeah?
If this is a lie, and they end up saying lie, I will say to you, why did you make it more difficult for yourself? By mentioning the joggle top.
Why did you not remove... Because I would say, from my experience of sleeping all night in a classic car in a Baytex mask and a jobble top, you get quite clammy.
We take the mask off in the morning, but then round about midday, you wanted to put it back on. As we came out of the shop, I was grabbed by a policeman, and it was a sergeant, by the way.
Sergeant, by the way.
Sergeant. Funny ass.
And then they said, you're going to have to wait here. We've sent for a specialist from Edinburgh.
So that's my story. It's quite a holiday.
Okay, I'm going to go on a limb again and say lie, but...
I know what I think.
Was that story true? Or was it a lie?
It was true.
Get the hell... He is really good. So, okay. So, I fell for it again, obviously. And I totally see where he would get a reputation on this show just based on the limited 2 scenes I've seen so far. But I will say this. I don't know if... What I'm trying to figure out is, are these stories that they are making up on the spot? Because he's reading off a card. So, it's obviously not him. Is someone submitting these stories and then the card says whether it's true or not, and then they have to just kind of riff on the spot with all these details? That's what I'm wondering now.
This is Keith. He's my oldest friend, and when we were at school together, we hid a dictaphone in the classroom ceiling, and then there was the noise of a fly.
That's clever. That's true. That's really funny.
Then another bit period to confuse the teacher. A little bit of fly, and then quite loudly, but not to frighten anyone, the word wolf.
See, are these his stories or someone else's stories? He's just kind of making up.
He was a really nice teacher called Bill Whittlingham.
Again, with the names.
How did Bill Whittlingham react?
Can you sort this out by the time I've gone back? And there was a cupboard in the corner. It had, like, exercise books in it, pens and that. But it also had, in a little cage, a hand lion.
What? Are you just saying any words that come into your head?
Right.
He had the controller in his desk, and he said,
But the actual hand lion...
Get out the hand lion, and you'll get a lick. And if you'd been bad, you put him on your hand and you strike. The only problem with
naturally,
it,
right?
What, this story?
It would...
A hand lion.
His delivery is what makes me laugh. Recapping it the way he does with his tone and cadence.
Or the opposite.
Is Keith Bob's classroom prankster, David's blanked buddy, or Lee's hawk handler?
My name's Keith, and Bob and I recorded voices and hid the dictaphone.
That's crazy. So in this one, so that guy then, I was wondering who Stretch was in the background there. So that guy, now this was his story, I guess, and he was saying that like one of those 3 was his friend or something like that.
This is the cushion that I used to carry my pet owl around on. I have a rare breeds farm near me, and they had to get rid of a tawny owl that was injured. It actually had what you would call a colostomy bag.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, you would.
Solid fecal matter with an owl comes out of its mouth.
Yeah. No, we're dealing with a very sick owl. No, I'm sorry, I sound aggressive there. It's
okay.
Just a lump of meat and feathers. It's just hanging on in there.
You were going to nurse it back to health?
No, that was never going to happen.
It's palliative care.
It was palliative care.
Palliative care.
It was
Palliative care for the owl.
A hospice for the owl, yeah.
For the owl. Right.
And we had some decent times.
Oh, if this is true, this is kind of sad, actually.
We knew Mavis was going to die soon. That's why we gave him or her to you, a comedian who lives locally, to keep.
Excellent points. Excellent points.
You are.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to say lie, though.
You know, the Rare Breed Centre probably needs to look at its working practices.
I was telling a lie.
Ah, okay. I have to say, so far, they were all true, so I'm glad we got a lie worked in there.
For 5 days, I pushed my cat around in a pram because it had sprained 3 of its ankles.
How did it sprain 3 of its ankles, and why was it necessary for it to be so
just quickly,
mobile?
before we get into that, still trying to figure the show out. Clearly, a couple of scenes or a couple of segments from the same episodes, because I see the same panelist, unless they do the same panelist over and over, but I don't think so. It seems like he's a captain from what I understand, and then the other guy, who I also saw in Graham Norton, can't remember his name though, is a captain. The one that's on Bob's team is a captain, and so they kind of rotate. And I'm also, so I don't know how they keep up with like who's winning. If this is a winning thing, do you get like points or something? Those are my questions at this moment.
But through a car tire, and it hit the cat.
He threw the tyre recreationally, and the cat got in the way.
The only journey he had to make was to the litter tray.
So pushing him to the litter tray.
His name's Gudmundsson. He's a tabby Oriental.
Why Gudmundsson? Why?
Yeah,
my youngest son named him Gudmundsson.
All right, David.
Yes, he blamed the kids. Kids just do crazy things, so that's good. That's a good one.
Unanimity from the team. So let's say
Saying it's a lie.
We'll say
true,
it's a lie.
so crazy.
Bob Gudmundsson, truth or lie?
I am telling a lie.
Okay. This is fun. I like this.
As a teenager, I used to terrorise my neighbourhood with a game I invented called Theft and Shrubbery. Can I first of all say my memories of this are a bit sketchy? They're more like just fingerprints on an abandoned handrail. I would usually be with Staver and Bagger.
Oh my God, the names again.
You knew hobbits.
Gary Cheeseman was a big lad, yeah? A very big head. Sniper's dream, they used to call him. The thing is, he's such
The sniper's dream.
You had to creep into the back of someone's house and observe the family watching the telly.
Oh, Jesus.
Doing, yeah?
It's getting a bit sinister now, Bob.
Yeah.
And you'd chant, increasing the volume as you went. We do beg your pardon.
Oh my God, he's cracking himself up.
But we are in your garden. As soon as you were seen, that's when shrubbery comes in. Run through all the gardens.
That's the shrubbery part.
That's the shrubbery
What's the
side.
theft part?
The theft is we just always felt that we were
something.
stealing something from them. I don't know.
privacy.
Their privacy.
People who are hard of hearing, you could be going, we don't beg your pardon! We're in your garden! Oh, they notice it.
Yeah.
Truth or lie?
I was telling the truth.
Damn it. I suck at this game. So I'll say this real quick, too. I think his genius is the fact that he makes them sound so, like, bizarre. And also, does every component have to be true or a lie? Or, like, the gist of it is true, but then he's obviously making up some falsehoods within the details. It sounds so fake, but then you'll know that you're thinking it's fake, so I'm going to make it even sound faker, and I think, like, that seems to be the genius behind his storytelling.
This is Michael, and after cutting his hair, I got a job on a campsite as a hairdresser. In my family tradition is that the eldest is a priest, then a lawyer, then a teacher, and then a hairdresser. So... Take up the scissors.
Just take up the scissors.
Oh, Mickey's, Mickey the drink.
Why is he called Mickey the Drink?
Anyway, so he rushed to the cafe that we're in and threw a coin like that. Could have damaged anyone.
Coin?
Luckily, it went straight in the slot machine and won.
Oh, come on. See? I mean, clearly not.
Someone would bring me, oh, mate, you're busy cutting hair, you have a huevo solo.
So you're painting egg sandwiches?
I think maybe I was.
And you did 50 haircuts. He looks round about Bob's age.
And Bob's haircut?
Yeah.
The drink.
Michael, would you please confirm your true identity?
My name is Michael, and Bob gave me a haircut and a cancer.
Get the hell out. This guy, okay. He must have had the most amazing life and crazy life. Like, where did this guy come from? It's nuts. I mean, the things he's been through and the things he's done, I mean, the ones that are true anyway, if they really are true, is just absolutely crazy. I am loving this.
I have a didgeridoo suspended from a tree in my back garden so that when the wind blows in a particular direction...
Didgeridoo, that's the Australian things, right?
sounds of the outback into my bedroom window.
It's in a tree?
Yeah.
I thought you said it was hanging from a tree.
What it is it's trapped in a V. Is there a name for that area of a tree? Is it called the Clooney or something?
It's called...
Well, I've been led to believe by out-of-work hippies over the years that the didgeridoo is an incredibly difficult instrument to play.
Very good point. Very good point. I have a wisteria that grows through the didgeridoo.
He is so quick. Quick with the details and quick with the responses.
But it acts as the lips.
It's long been said that if the wind blows in the right direction through wisteria, it can play any instrument.
It's long been said.
Bob, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was lying.
Okay, that was a lie. Okay. That one did seem like a lie, but who knows? From the other ones, it seemed like a lie to me too, and they ended up being true. I can't tell. I really can't tell. He's very good at this. I have to say, the more I see Greg Davies, by the way, and hear him, I really, really like him so much. I am, it takes me a little while to warm up to people, generally anyway, but I can already tell we're going to be good friends.
I recently had to charm a spider out of my shoe by tooting a flute at it.
David's team.
Wasn't the type with a small body and long legs?
No.
What type was it?
Well, you can work the rest out yourself, surely.
Yeah. Was this a gerbil?
No, that's a bird.
Doing a gerbil, I'd have used a lute.
See? He's so quick.
The spider emerged.
So the spider emerged but didn't leave the shoe or slipper?
No, didn't leave
the slipper. Didn't leave
Just
the
came out for the music.
I had a look around.
To see what's going on.
Do you now know who the flute belongs to?
Yes, of course, it was my son's flute.
Your son, is he a flautist?
No. We hoped he would be, but he could never find the flute.
We think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Bob, truth or
Truth.
lie?
It was a lie.
Damn it! I suck at this.
I can break an apple in half with my bare hands.
How do you get the
Pull the
grip?
apple apart.
Won't your hands just slide away from it? I'd have thought you'd need to twist.
If you twist, you fail.
So you just grip the apple in your hands.
No
and
way.
Fling them apart, inserting the thumbs to try and pull it apart that way.
No insertion.
All right.
No,
But
that's
downward
the grip.
pressure.
How did it come about? How did it come to be?
I can't remember the first time I did it. I can remember the feeling. But I can't remember. The feeling was magnificent.
Right, is that the truth?
I don't think so, but it could be.
Bob, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling the truth.
No way!
Yes.
Prove it, yeah. Do it.
Well,
I really hope he can't do it.
Holy sh! Wow! Look at Greg Davies' face. He's shocked.
For the past 15 years, I have performed my own dentistry.
Come on.
Give us a big grin.
It could be true.
All of it, or like just some things? I wonder.
Feelings?
I do
Caps?
fillings. I do
No.
fillings, crown replacement. I repair bridges.
Do you use local anaesthetic?
Yeah.
No need.
No need.
No need.
Why? Because it's not true.
Quick.
You still have a dentist,
Yes.
but you just don't let him.
So they
do
work
all
together on his mouth.
why is your mouth in such a state?
I used to have 17 sugars in a cup of coffee or tea. If I had 18, it's too sweet for me. So
That's the limit.
I heard him say to his dental nurse, Fuji 9. It's a cement, yeah? Mix 2-part liquid.
It's the
Then it
details.
becomes more malleable for fillings. File the Fuji down. Oh, that bite's nice now. That's nice.
Okay, but
That's true. The other thing you've got to check after doing your own dentistry is your mental health.
You're in a PlayStation gamer's seat.
Yes.
Balancing on what's the surface of the kitchen island?
Do you know, I think it's Corian. It's very nice.
It's very
Corian
nice.
was originally what was used for autopsy surfaces. Again, so...
Are you doing your own autopsies at home as well?
See, right? Where does it end?
And I can put my mirror there like that. Got the light there. game thing.
What's it going to be?
There's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Lie.
He was trying to make this story plausible.
I genuinely had an extraction yesterday, look. You see it out there?
Oh, they've not used Fuji.
I think it's true.
You think it's what?
I think it's true.
I think lie. I'm gonna say lie.
It is true.
No way! You gotta be me. I swear, this guy. All right, let me tell you something right now. I said in the last video, and I'm filming these back to back. So if you've already left a comment on the last one, I apologize if you already answered this because I'm going to say it again. Whether every detail has to be true or just the gist of the story has to be true, because regardless, he is so knowledgeable in general. And even though this story is true, so the stuff with the Fuji 9 and all that, I mean, I'm sure must check out. But I remember in the last one, there was this guy named Steve who happened to, I think his name was Steve, who happened to know about owls when he was telling the owl story with the pillow and all that ridiculousness. And I'm realizing that, that would be tricky for old Bob if someone happens to know and call BS on some of the things he's saying as far as the details go. But otherwise, yeah, he's so clever and so quick. It just boggles my mind how he does this.
Jonathan.
So here's the person.
This is my friend Jonathan, and I have brewed 3 award-winning beers with him. He said, would you like to brew some beer? And
quick.
I said, yes, I would, rather urgently, actually.
Rather urgently.
Run out!
He's got a brewery.
What are the names of your award-winning beers?
Kiss the Alderman, Retail Park. And the other one was a lager, and that was called... Not now, madam.
I love when he gets cracked up in his own
It
details.
seems funny now. That's why we used it.
What is the alderman?
He's an unelected council official. If Bolton had a large Chinese community, but there was no representatives, they would say, would you like to nominate one of your Chinese community, and they will become an alderman.
My husband is a brewer.
Uh-oh, see?
What hops did you use?
One of them's called something, and the other one likewise is named as well.
If you were to say to me, draw a brewer, that's what I'd draw.
That's what you've drawn out. It's very...
That's actually fair.
Wow, really?
I agree.
Kiss the Alderman is much more marketable than Kiss my Alderman. I certainly call mine the Alderman.
Very popular with the Chinese community.
She's quick. I don't know who that is, but I like her.
I'm Jonathan, and I brew beer with Bob.
Get the hell out. What kind of life does Bob live? It's just shocking to me. The strategy. I mean, you just have to say it's a strategy at this point. I mean, the man's been on several episodes, you can tell. And the way that he couples real details with such uncertainty in the delivery, he seems to be very good at it.
Following advice from Chris Rea, I always crack an egg into my bath.
See, that sounds true.
Chris Rea was a very popular singer.
Okay,
When
so I know
did
who he was,
Chris
yeah.
Rea give you this advice?
He popped me into the bath, and there was an egg. It's an egg in it.
You finish the recording, everyone's very happy with the track.
Yep.
And he says...
That's it, Bob. I think we've got that leg. That's your bedroom, that's your bath. I've popped an egg in there for you.
And why would he put an egg in your bath? What was the thinking behind it?
Protein.
I've never found out.
I've heard about egg in your hair, I think, or something like that. Or
Is it non-greasy?
Yeah, honestly.
It's less greasy than water without egg in it?
So the white goes, but the yolk's there. I use it for hair conditioner.
See, there you go. Okay, the hair, yeah.
To condition the hair on my skin.
Chris Rea had already run you a bath.
I'm just saying, these things are just so crisp.
At the temperature of a bath, say 39 degrees Celsius, the white would turn opaque. Then your story doesn't check out.
So the details do matter then, in the sense that the whole thing has to be true.
What do you think, David?
Well, coming from Bob, it might be true.
I think the egg is the
The
important
chemical
part.
analysis of the behaviour of the albumin. We're going to go true.
You're saying true? Okay,
I'll say lie.
So Bob.
I was telling a lie.
I finally got one right. Finally. Based on nothing more than pure 50-50 chance, but still.
Billy the Pigeon.
The names.
Neil Overall, Jerry Dungaree's son.
It's like someone drunk writing Harry Potter, you know? These names are just insane.
And it was a sergeant, by the way.
Sergeant, by the way.
That's just as funny the second time. I'm sorry, it just is. Oh my God. Okay, so I have to say that was, even though there's a little bit of repetition there at the very end, I loved that little cut within the cut of his names and the details and, you know, the towns. But it's such a fun show. And I also don't know his whole background, where he comes from. In one segment of, I think, the last video, you know, one of the other panelists referred to him as a comedian. Clearly, I can see that would, you know, be true, not a lie. And because of just how quick he is. But I'm really impressed with how quick so many of them are. Especially the two team captains whose names I still am not 100% familiar with yet. And I know I've seen one of them, if not both, on Graham Norton already. There's just such a treasure trove of talent and comedy that I need to familiarize myself with across the pond, as they say. But yeah, I think that this show is something that I am looking forward to watching more of. But let me know if it's something you want to see more of, because that's what drives all this, is what you guys want to see. I mean, I'll watch this on my own either way. But if you enjoy the reactions and you want to see more like this, just let me know. And if you do enjoy these reactions, again, I certainly appreciate a thumbs up, the like button. It's free to you and it helps me out more than you can imagine. As does a subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Be sure to check the bell so that you get notifications when I've uploaded new videos. But currently, I'm going to try to do these at least once a week, mixed in with other reactions that I do and sometimes Mark and I do of movies and shows. But regardless, I'm just so appreciative to you for spending some time with me today, watching something funny. We need this kind of stuff to break up the monotony of the days and the weeks. It's always good to have a good laugh. So thank you again for that. And I hope you have a great rest of the day/night. Bye.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.